cooler. Water cooler. Water cooler.
Hey, welcome to Water Cooler. Oh, yes, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're not coming back, if you're a brand new listener, welcome. So glad you're here. And let me tell you how the show goes. I, Chris Oxmana, kick it with my former Cruel Digital. But when I say former Cruel Digital buds, does that sound like we're ex-friends and we're just happen to be doing podcasts?
If you said former buds, then yes. But there is a qualifier that I think.
Yeah, mathematically, your sentence works out grammatically.
Okay. So this is the show where I, Chris Oxmana, kick it with my former buds, like Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother. I thought we were friends, man. What the fuck?
Oh, sorry. I got all shaken out of. My brain's all over the place, dude. Excuse me. My former Cruel Digital buds, like all the way in North Hollywood, California. Mike Dawson.
Bum, bum, ba-now.
Bop, bop. And all the way in Long Beach, California, just like me, Kalen Bean.
Going on?
Hey, Kalen.
Hey, Chris.
And then all the way in Orange County, California, it's Gary Smith.
What's up? What's up? I'm not. I didn't like the way this started. I can't decide whether or not to be mad at you.
You're not mad. Gary, you're not mad.
Okay.
Be honest. You're okay. We're okay. Everything's okay.
I got some disappointing news right before we started. So
there we go again.
Oh, what happened?
I'll get over it.
Okay.
Chris, did you make
anything you want to tell me about?
The news came from you, Chris. So.
All right. Look, we got a lot of show. Matt still has shades for days.
For anyone who's shouting at their iPod right now or their iPhone,
their
we covered
iPod.
That. Whatever. If you're shouting at your
Talk.
podcast playing device, we covered that extensively on the Mall of Money meetup. So check that out.
That's true. All righty. So we got a lot to get into. All righty. I had a weird experience recently, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on this because my conspiracy theory brain immediately just lit up.
Hell yeah.
The news nook?
Love conspiracy theory.
Well, it's like a minor one. It's not like a major conspiracy theory, but I have to get some a concrete job in my house done. Like I had to lay some concrete at a certain part where we've been having some issues with this part of my house where it's like a planter that I have to fill with concrete that's been leaking into this very office, and I feel like, put some concrete in there, no more leak. Why is our planter butted up against this office anyway? That's where all the water's coming in. So I've had a few people come in and look at it, give me quotes, and it's a lot more than I want to spend, obviously, but you got to do it. And then one guy comes, and it's just he goes, "I'm not the concrete guy, but I have one, and I'm going to have him come over and take a look, and then he'll get back to me, and then report back, and then I could send you a quote."
Doesn't sound very concrete to me.
It's not. Oh. Yeah, for considering the fact that it's in the title. Well, he said he's not.
Did anyone who looked at this refer to it as laying crete?
That is definitely a way cooler way to say that. It just saves you time.
It really does.
And we'll know what you mean.
We absolutely will. Yeah, it makes sense to do that, and I should have used that upon picking my crete guy. But no, nobody used the terms, but we all knew what they meant when they were laying crete. So the concrete guy who that guy I was just talking about was referring to, he comes over the next day and he's talking about laying crete in the planter, and he.
You do know that plants need soil to grow, though, right? Like you put concrete in your planter, there's not gonna be plants in there anymore. I just want to make sure it's clear. It's not gonna be a planter anymore.
Why, you're just saying that, or do you have proof?
Guys, can you back me up here? Someone fucking back me up here.
There's an outside chance Matt might be right.
Oh, you're just like a plant expert now?
I don't know. I feel like I've seen
outside
on like freeways and stuff. I've seen plants kind of growing up through the concrete. So I think that might actually.
It's just not an ideal way to grow things.
But no, that's where I plan on growing. I'm starting a garden in the concrete.
Ooh, you grow ideas. If it was the garden of your mind.
Yeah,
that's right. That's at least a 2% inside joke.
Yeah, it is, and I'm fine with you being the only one who thinks that's funny, Matt. That's fine with me.
Anyway,
you ever seen a cat's eyes in the dark?
In the dark?
Sorry, what's up?
You have to explain it now.
There's an amazing mashup of Mr. Rogers that was put out by the PBS digital team. That's called the Garden of Your Mind, and it's just this hilariously psychedelic mashup of Mr. Rogers saying like ridiculous shit, like "Have you ever seen a cat's eyes in the dark?" And then the whole refrain is, "You can grow ideas in the garden of your mind," and it's set to this like psycho, like funkadelic, like EDM beat. It's just hilarious. I watch it at least twice a year. It's fucking great. And Matt's the one who turned me on to it.
It's very well recreated just now by one Gary.
That
Smith.
was a good impression. That's actually
that's exactly what
I
it's
think
like.
you watch it more than twice a year, just based on.
I probably do. If we take the number of times I've watched it, it's way more than twice a year since I found it.
I love videos like that. Just little palate cleansers that you just need to refer to back. You know, every once in a while, just refer back to them.
Yeah.
So anyway, you're trying to plant things in concrete.
I need to see the goth kids dancing to Mariah Carey.
Sure,
that's another classic. Yeah, that's also.
I also like. I like to watch R. Kelly ask the audience if they have their shots in their passport. That's another, yearly revisiting.
The goth kids ones, they're not actually dancing to Mariah Carey, though, right? They are.
Of course they are. Of course they are. Hell yeah, they are.
Wait, is it the Christmas song?
What else would they be dancing to? It's Christmas time. These people love Christmas. They live for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try to think of any ones that I come back and watch. The only I can think of now is just that one Eagles fan that talks about Nelson Aguilar, like in the middle, right after. Right after
we were catching them. Unlike
catching those kids on the building. I watched that. I love that video. All right. Anyway, so this guy comes over. And I just want to get your guys' thoughts on this, because he comes over and he talks. He says, we show him what we want him to do. He says, I could do that easily. And then he goes, look, I hate the guy I work for. What he's going to do is he's going to charge you a lot of money, probably twice of what I'm going to offer. And he gives me a number. And then he's like, he's going to charge you twice as much. So what I say is, I want you to still get the offer from him, because I need to know how much he's charging people. And then I need you to tell me that offer, and I will do it for half.
So wait, he gave you a number and then said
because he expected him to the guy's going to double it, right? He's like, here's the number.
But did he? But see, okay, yeah, that's exactly my point though. Like, did he just say, "I'll do it for half," or did he give you a number?
He gave me a number, and he's like, I assume based off of working with this guy for all these years that he's going to give you twice that amount. And And I need you to
what
tell
I'm
me
saying is, if this guy tells you 1,200 and then the guy comes back with 1,500, is he going to do it for 750 or are you still paying 1,200?
I don't know.
Good point.
Well, exactly. Well, he gave me a number, and then the original guy, texts us back later that afternoon, and it was twice the amount as what the guy said it was going to be. And this guy,
I think he's earned himself a job.
He's really upset about it.
So you said thanks anyways and called the Creek guy.
And he's like, but you can't tell him because he gets me jobs. So you can't tell him that you're working with me if you hire me.
I don't think I want to hire this guy. Like,
dude,
I get
how much money are you saving? Like $700?
It's going to be thousands of dollars down the line. This guy's fucking shady, man.
You think he's shady?
I don't
know.
Or is it part of their, their thing where
you think they have an elaborate grift going on here, Chris?
Yeah. Where you pay them half the amount of money that you're supposed to
make sure I hire them.
It sounds like he's grifting the other guy.
Here's another thing, Chris, is you need a licensed, bonded, and insured company to do this work because this is on your property. And if something goes wrong, you need recourse. You got to find out if this guy's fucking licensed, bonded, and insured. It sounds to me like he's probably not. He's just doing some handyman work on the side. So in that case, ditch them both.
Wow.
Dawson, questioning the Creek guy.
Licensed, bonded, and insured.
Yeah.
Yeah, LBI.
Because you're working on your house, and if you're, I don't think anything is going to go wrong. You could actually pour concrete yourself. It's not terribly easy for one person to do, but it's not terribly difficult.
But I'm just one person.
But I wouldn't recommend
Benny out there to help you.
But yeah, I mean, anybody, anybody who works on your house needs to fucking be registered. You
Yeah.
don't want no.
You should always go legit, is what you're saying?
Yeah, when it comes to your house.
All right.
Now, if you were working on my house, hire someone who gives a fuck. That's my house.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just my conspiracy brain was like, is this part of your guys' thing? Yeah, don't tell him, huh? Don't tell him about
No, there was no
No,
conspiracy.
I don't
deal.
think that's necessarily part of their thing. I don't see this being the way they work at all times, but
just
you know.
undermining.
It's just look, the fact that you don't necessarily want to work with either of them is why this is not like a repeatable business model.
I'm curious where his bid fell in line with other bids for the job. Was it comparable or was it
It was
way below, way over? What was it?
the offer, the second offer, the one that was twice as much was more comparable. So it's in that sense, it sounds a little more legit.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're saving like $700, what did he quote you? 14.
He quoted me 15.
Okay,
And the
all
other
right,
guy
dude.
quoted
Yeah,
me 3.
the other guy's gonna do it for fucking half, man. That's a lot of money, dude. And is it a really difficult job? They just got to pour some concrete so that the flow of water doesn't go toward.
Yeah, you
your
gotta have
structure.
like a little bit of a slope, and
Gotta have a
you're
slope.
filling up pretty decent sized block there. You know,
That's
plus
not
I still
bad.
want my plants to grow.
Yeah,
I feel like that might be a weird business model.
Yeah,
Plus, if he does come over and totally fuck it up, then it's like, well, I could just tell that other guy this scheme that you've been pulling the whole time. Like,
true. Yeah, no, you do
No,
have
I
you do have
the
reason
upper
with
hand.
Great
that.
idea,
Exactly.
Kalen. So what you got to do is you go back to that guy and you go, I'll tell you what, you're going to do it for half the amount you just told me, or I'm going to fucking snitch on you.
Yeah.
And tell this guy
I've
that you're
dialed-
fucking
There you go,
clients. You're getting
Matt.
this job done for under 400, baby.
yeah. I've
Fuck,
dialed
dude,
the first
taking it
6
to the
numbers of his
streets.
phone number. I will press the last one and give him a call unless you agree.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah. Ooh, ball's back
Yeah,
in
like
my
Matt.
court.
In the previous meetups.
That's pretty good, man.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, the wait, what are you talking about?
There was like a misconnection and during
Yeah, there
one
was
of our,
there's some sort of an issue, and Matt could not hear us, and he kept writing down
That was a
portions of my
meetup?
phone number.
it was a meetup.
Oh, I thought
I think
for
it was
some
a
reason I
meetup.
thought that was a podcast.
I don't know. It might
I don't
have
know.
whatever.
That
They're
might
all
have been
listening.
an
Army.
actual podcast. Yeah.
The point is, Matt tried to blackmail me by revealing my personal cell phone number to the audience.
Yeah.
And it worked. You know what? It fucking worked. The connection was
I
restored.
love how we all could hear Gary just screaming at him. And nobody else.
I'm pretty sure that was a meetup.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that makes it a little bit easier. That last meetup was fun, by the way.
It
Yeah,
was.
some
That was a
tea-
good time.
Some tea was spilled. Some information was given out. Not phone numbers, but just good time, and good times are had by all, which is always nice. All right. I also got like a weird thing from one of my friends, a story. So he ran into this girl that went to high school with us. I knew who she was. I mean, we've known each other since middle school, but never really like talked that much. And so they run into each other, and my buddy's like, "Oh yeah, I see Chris Loxamon all." They're talking about who they see in high school. It's like, "Oh, yeah, I see Chris Loxamon all the time," and this was her response. She goes, "Oh, yeah, ugh, I have a horrible story about that guy." And my friend didn't investigate. That's all he knows.
Ew.
And that's all. And so he tells me that. I'm like, "What was the story? I barely knew her." So I don't think she has. And I know almost every interaction we've had, like, wasn't. If something horrible happened, I know it.
Well,
I'm really
especially
sorry.
because-
I'm really sorry to bring this up, Chris. But did her family decorate for the holidays at a certain point in your past?
That's a good point.
No,
That's a good point.
It was implied that it was something creepy.
Well, I think that this is on your friend because, especially since it's a well-known fact that there's another Christopher Loxamana bouncing around SoCal. Like, we got to fucking clear this up because that's
Well,
not
now
cool.
don't say that because I want that Chris to hear this show and be like, "What the hell?"
Just saying, man.
There is another Chris Loxamana bouncing around SoCal. Dawson
So
actually
do
met him.
you know who this girl is that had this creepy experience?
Yeah.
You Facebook friends with her?
No, we're not Facebook. We're not friends online, but I do know who she is. Like we were like on the same track and field team together. We went to high school
on
and middle
prom
school
committee. Yeah.
But she was bothered by
what was her
the sound of my
event in
name.
track and field?
What?
What was her event in track and field?
I don't know. Running.
Okay.
She went more for the track and less than
sounds
the
like
field.
That's likely.
who
That's
thought
likely.
I
they
was
had
a
creepy
field guy,
situation.
so we didn't even
Right.
really hang out that much there.
Track
Chris
and
was
field
hanging
are
out in
two
the
different
shot
parts.
put area. That's what Chris was doing. Shot
Yeah.
put.
Just being creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just growing my mustache and hanging out in the
You
corner.
rub a couple shot put balls together.
Oh,
Yep.
I mean, everybody did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that it's just been eating away at me. Like I'm
Lay a
tempted to
down in the
message
middle
her and
of
just
them.
go, hey, what the
What's
hell?
creepy about me? Yeah,
What?
that wouldn't add to the creepiness at all.
It wouldn't
Yeah,
be
exactly.
me just direct messaging her, going, hey,
sliding in her DMs, being like,
Hey, heard you talking about me.
heard you
Why
said I
am I
was
creepy?
creepy.
A little
Why?
bird told me.
Why am I creepy? But it is bothering me. Yeah.
I feel like you should slide into her DMs and tell her that you have a creepy story about the friend who ran into her.
Oh, there you go.
Just even the playing field.
I'm not gonna do that. No. 'Cause then
I'm not.
You have no idea. You have no idea, Chris.
I have
Not even
zero
one-
idea
Not
to
even
where
one
it's just,
part of you. That's like that was creepy that one time.
well, I mean, there's always a little bit of that, but I don't. I can't even. So I can't think. Like, I wouldn't even be able to tell you. So I don't know.
I'll stand by it, man. I've seen you. I've known you for a very long time. You were never creepy. I've never.
What if
seen
she's
you
like,
creepy.
one time I was at CES and I saw him taking a picture of a giant man and he made him stand in such a way that there was a vulgar word in the background?
Mm.
No, that's funny. Like that's just
That was, oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, maybe I'll see her at the reunion, and I'll confront her there.
I'm more concerned about your friend who didn't ask
Didn't
the follow-up
investigate.
question.
Maybe it was-
Yeah,
That's-
what kind of
that's-
friend is this?
Yeah.
That's
Oh, you know,
bullshit.
creepy story. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I love creepy stories. Go. I got one too. That's what I always say. I got one too. Come on, go. You first.
Yeah, he should have
Then you get the
investigated.
creepy story. And then when they say what's yours, they're like, it's the same one. It's the same one you just told me.
Also, this is totally like a I just thought you should know kind of thing, like a dude version of that. Like if he didn't investigate, why does he have to even tell you that the exchange
Well,
happened?
maybe because he probably thought I knew what it was. Right?
This is weird. It's weird.
Yeah,
Well,
even
what kind
living
of friend
with
is this that
I
thinks
wanna
that
know.
you know all the creepy stories about you going
Well, you know,
around?
like,
You're a good
remember,
guy.
Yeah.
Do you remember Gary running into those girls? I think it was like in Pasadena or something. And they're
Nope.
like, "Oh, Matt Fondelier." Oh yeah, I don't know. That guy's super weird and creepy. Like, and they had all
What?
these stories about it, but we didn't ask.
I
All right, first
do.
of all,
And then
they
as
were
we
probably
walked
all
away,
waitresses.
they threw tortillas at us. It was weird.
Yeah, that was a weird tradition that they did too. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, I'll find out. I'll do some investigating eventually, but right now it's still too hot, and I don't want to come on too strong.
Well, it's
'Cause that'd
only
be
getting
creepy.
hotter in SoCal, so fuck.
Oh, is it? Yeah, we're in the middle of a little heat wave. It's okay. Been getting bit up by mosquitoes though. They've been getting me. Jen got this device that supposedly heals mosquito bites. Like,
Hey,
just,
you know what though? Those don't work.
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah?
I've never seen this before in my life.
I feel like anything to do with mosquitoes and repellents and trying to get rid of, none of them work.
I can't stand mosquitoes, and
Keelan spends a lot of time near ponds. There's a lot of mosquitoes in his line of work, I imagine.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So
Big
she
time.
gives me this device. Takes like a couple AA batteries. You put it on the bite, and you press a button, and then if you have sensitive skin,
Nothing happens.
You press it once, and it'll give you like a half dose. And if you press it, if you hold down for like 2 seconds, it gives you the full dose. And what it is,
Dose of what?
You're
It's this-
injecting stuff in yourself?
it's not your injecting. It's just this little metal circle that just heats up, and then just like it just heats up and like heats up the thing. I don't know. It does something to the venom. I don't know what it does.
So you're branding yourself.
I'm freaking branding myself, dude. I did the half dose and I just yelled. Like, ah! Like, that hurts. I was like, I'd rather scratch for 2 weeks than have to do that again. I don't even know if it works because you have to do it early enough to where like if Like so the bite does. I mean, the bite didn't bother me after that, but sometimes that just happens anyway, and I'm not risking it again. So yeah, that's the new thing is you're burning yourself in order to stop yourself from scratching these skeeter bites.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
And what kind of novels is Jenny reading again lately?
Good ones, Gary. She's an avid
I'm just
reader.
saying, she's bringing a burning device into the house. I'm concerned.
Oh, maybe it's a 50 Shades of Grey kind of thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, maybe I'll give it a shot then. Oh man, I
told
creepy.
you guys. I told you guys that I scratched my poison oak sometimes and poured bleach on it just to kill the poison oak. Is there a parallel there with that thing? It's painful, but it works.
You just lay some Crete on it.
You
According
get,
to Matt,
if you get like poison oak on your leg, and
for
you
the casual listener, we are not doctors. Please do not follow this medical advice.
Open wounds.
Oh my god, you really do. You pour bleach on.
I'm not saying I am saying I did, and it worked.
That's amazing. And also crazy.
I don't recommend it. It's extremely painful, but do you want to do 20 minutes of a fuckload of pain or like 3 or 4 weeks of scratching and spreading?
We know Chris's answer.
So
what would yours be, Kalen?
I would just let it go.
Yeah.
I really don't like mosquito bites. Who does? But there is that slight satisfaction that you get when it does kind of feel a little bit good when it's really, really itching and you finally get to it. That it feels a little good almost, and then it's annoying for the rest of the time. But I'd put up with that over burning myself.
Doss, do you remember shooting guns in Alaska?
I didn't shoot guns with you guys.
Okay, well, we went out to this.
He's
ranch,
a pacifist. We all know this about Dawson.
Yeah,
and the guy showing us around, like his face was just covered in mosquitoes because it just happened to be mosquito season there, and he just didn't care. And they're like crawling into his ear, and just crawling over his face, and I'm just staring at him like, oh, dude, I am probably the biggest puss you've ever seen because I'm like just swatting away and he's just like, nope, can't avoid him. Just let him join you.
I feel that way the few times that I've been like on a ranch and you see like a horse that's just fucking swatting flies away with its tail or with its mane or whatever. It seems so uncomfortable for a horse. I can't imagine for a human. I would die.
Well, I have a burning thing for you that if you ever get a mosquito bite, Matt, I can burn him right off with this.
I honestly think I'd go for the burn. I mean, it can't hurt for that long, right?
It doesn't. And in fact, you forget about it after a while, but just, I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was just going to feel like nothing. And it hit up. I mean, maybe I might give it another shot.
So they're basically like if you burn the shit out of your skin, you won't notice the mosquito bite you just got. Problem solved.
Because you're sitting
exactly
seared.
When was the last time you used this device, Chris?
I don't know, 3 days ago.
Okay, so didn't forget totally because here we are.
That's true. That's very true. So I don't know. All these newfangled devices, who even knows what works anymore?
When it comes to mosquitoes, nothing.
Right. All right. Look, we got seconds. Matt, you had a topic of discussion.
Yeah, just briefly, I was gonna say we are taping this on Tuesday, September 3rd, and there are already 2 houses in my neighborhood that are decorated for Halloween.
Wow,
and you guys know that I love Halloween more than the average person, but this has gone too far. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this year especially, Halloween has already started. It's all over social media. Everybody's already putting their stuff out.
Yeah.
I do not think this is okay. I think this is an extension of the like participation trophy thing that Corolla used to talk about.
Oh boy.
I think everyone here knows that September is back to school time. You have to go through this yearly trauma of restarting school again. You don't get the soft, warm embrace of Halloween in fall before you start going back to school. This is going up before Labor Day. This is so fucked up. I
agree with you before Labor Day, but I'll allow it once Labor Day is passed because school starts in fucking August now. It doesn't start in September.
Okay, maybe that's what's happening. I feel like school would start right around this time. And like you, again, it sucks to start school. You don't walk into a classroom and have it fucking dressed up like a haunted house. You don't get to do that. You have to.
You don't get to do that. It's got to be back to school shit.
Yes.
Yeah. Pencils. I want to see pictures of pencils and books.
Backpacks.
And a sign that says math.
Yeah.
You know?
I like
that. Dawson. Thank you.
I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be
you don't get the soft embrace of Halloween to settle you into school.
Correct.
No.
You're right, Matt. I love back to school season. I mean, dude, going to the store to shop for some new school supplies for the upcoming
imagine
year.
Doing that and then just seeing a bunch of haunted house imagery all over Target while you're there because that's what's happening now.
That upsets me. Because I don't want to get
putting Christmas stuff up on November 1st. No,
I don't want to get pencils covered in witches and pumpkins. No. I want to get that regular number 2 Ticonderoga. Nice.
It's got the little tiny,
solid.
Got the little green metal before the pink eraser.
That's right. Unless I'm getting fancy and I go mechanical. 0.7,
I hate mechanical
0.5
pencils. Those are the worst.
They suck.
They don't suck.
They do suck.
They're bad.
So annoying.
They just break. They just constantly break.
Well, you're right.
That's if you go
should not be this fragile.
Although it is fun to pretend like you're giving yourself a shot. You take it out there and stick it in.
Yeah, pretending it's like a Ozempic. Yeah.
You can, if you spend a little bit of money, you can get mechanical pencils that are a lot nicer than the $1.25 one that they sell at the Office Depot. Like if you get a nice mechanical pencil, that can be really strong move.
Yeah,
it's 2024 now. Maybe it's advanced. It's an advanced technology from when we were growing up.
It was annoying when
you nice ones. There's 2 nice ones in my office, and they're nice.
Ooh, it was annoying when you run out of lead though, and then you don't have any extra. You got to find like a dealer in your classroom who has the good lead. Can you spare some? Do I owe you a favor afterwards? They have in those like little rectangular little cases. The prepared students. Yeah,
I wish I was at my desk at work right now. I could pull one out of the drawer. I've got it sitting right there.
You're still fully mechanical, huh?
Well, I took over an office that was of somebody who I think is older than me, and they had a bunch of mechanical pencils and stuff already in there. So I sort of inherited a bunch of mechanical pencils. I tend to go pen.
If when you're feeding the mechanical pencil, not feeding it, but when you're pressing it so more lead comes out when you're trying to arouse it, is it on the side? Is the button on the side of the pen, or are you clicking the top?
Top. I've seen the side before. I'm familiar.
Yeah, the side ones. Yeah, where you don't even have to lift your thumb to even get to you. Just hit it from the side.
Basically a release button.
This is really compelling. I'm into it. Mechanical pencil,
dude. Mechanical pencil talk, baby.
No one else is going to be this real.
You was on board with the back to school talk. Come on,
yeah. I'm into it. That's all I'm saying is I'm into it,
dude.
Like I feel like a spectator and a participant.
Yeah,
it's like a very surreal moment for me.
All right, guys, I got a real important question for you guys.
College ruled.
Multiple choice.
Okay.
You going colored pencils, markers, or crayons?
They're just pencils to me, Matt.
And that's what's on the menu. Thank
colored
you, Gary.
pencils.
Colored
pencils 1,000 times.
Yeah, colored pencils for sure. I mean, if you got like the exact right kind of marker, there are markers that can be pretty cool, but the general marker game is so, hit or miss that I think colored pencils is the most like
nuanced,
dependable. Yeah. Because
I agree. They've really missed the marker lately.
I guess I did miss the marker on that one. I'm sorry for my oversight.
I think that one got blocked.
I hate Matt sometimes. But yeah, colored pencils for sure, just because for shading purposes. I was big into shading.
You're big into shading, Chris?
Yeah. Yeah,
big into shading.
Big into shading.
That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet.
When for my pieces that I'd work on.
But the art you would create.
The pieces, yes.
So when it comes to colored pencils, do we want the wall-mounted pencil sharpener, or do we want the handheld? Where you're doing the twisting yourself.
I mean, really, the wall mounted one, it was the water cooler of its day.
It was an excuse to get up.
Get
out
of your seat. Could be called the wall mounted pencil sharpener.
We could be.
Maybe not as catchy.
We should be the wall mounted pencil sharpener.
Yeah, I mean, that's where everyone congregates.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, I completely agree, Matt, but also incorrect because for those eat up colored pencils way too fast. That's only for
Gary's exactly right. You only walk there just for the social interaction, just to stretch your legs, or maybe just for the fun of just timing it to whenever the teacher talked. But the handheld sharpener was much better for your pencils, and if you had quality pencils and you cared about your stuff, then yeah, you go handheld. And clean up those shavings later. That was the move.
Or blow them at your neighbor.
I ran into Kaylin's kids going school shopping like 3 weeks ago.
Was Kaylin not there?
No, just their hands by themselves.
How'd their haul look, Chris? Because let's not pretend you didn't look at what they had and judge.
Oh, I saw, but they were doing more than school shopping. They were
doing Halloween shopping. Let me guess.
Yeah,
fucking bullshit.
No, because they had to get like stuff for their classroom and stuff too. Like it was like a joint to, you get all the stuff for the year.
Yeah, they give you a list
in the classroom now.
Yeah, they give you like a list, like you're providing for the.
And they're like real serious
very
about
long,
it. They're like,
big list.
Fucking Elmer's glue, no store brand bullshit. Like it's very serious.
Dang, straight Elmer's. Yeah, very detailed. I mean, they've done it long enough to where they know what you want. But yeah, man, I'm sorry that you're seeing so much Halloween decor. I've been seeing them too. I walked in a Home Depot and those freaking decorations were yelling at me because as I passed through the sensors. So
yeah, I think we got to put the line of demarcation at Labor Day. I think after Labor Day is forgivable. I would like to see it a lot closer to the 20s of September before we start with that nonsense. But after Labor Day, I can sort of accept because a lot of people just don't like summer and they're excited to move past it.
Yeah.
When's the best time for you to buy Christmas lights? Because
that'd be December 28th.
Oh, I missed it then. Because some squirrels chewed through some of mine last Christmas. I threw them away, and now I'm in the market. And yeah, I should have got them. I should have got them in July, but they're just
maybe see if that guy who lays the crete also deals in Christmas lights.
He probably does, just based off of
as long as he just goes for half of what the other guy says. He should make a business card that just says, I charge half of what the other guy says. Guaranteed.
I love that. Used to be a model where businesses would just say like, we'll beat anybody's price. There's a great Nathan For You episode where
it still is. You can still walk into like a Walmart and show them a price online and they'll match it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a great Nathan For You episode where he does that against like Best Buy.
Yeah,
and it's probably my favorite of that whole series. Encourage everybody to watch it if you haven't. All right, look, we got comments, we got things to get into today. Let's do a couple comments, then we'll call it before we do Patreon.
Now it's time for listener comments.
All righty, and my computer just froze, but let me just pull them up on the old iPhone here.
The old iPhone.
All righty, and yeah, so let's see here.
We have a Facebook group. If you're not already a member, you should definitely check it out. You got to go to facebook.com/groups/Boy Army Worldwide LLC. Answer a couple questions. We might let you in. And it's really just to get rid of the bots. That's really the only purpose of the questions because those were formulated 10 years ago. I don't even know if we know the answers to them at this point.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chris, that was me stalling.
It's my favorite place on the internet. All right. John Wagner says, what was Gary's disappointing news last week?
Meet up, baby. So you're all the way up on Patreon. You'll know exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Certain traumatic things are only saved for our highest paid subscribers.
Here's what I'll say. Mark isn't dying. Which was like
Gary's soul might be.
Well.
Yeah. My favorite of the comments was Nick Mahomes-Zanato.
Mahomes. Right.
Yeah, Gary's disappointing news last week was that the Chargers are playing this season again.
Yes, they are. I believe I just got invited to their home opener, which I'm sure will be disappointing.
Yeah. Kalen and I are in a fantasy league together, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
What's your team name?
Like every year, Chris auto drafted, like he does. Very frustrating.
I certainly did. How's my team look?
You'll go like 6 and 8, like every year probably with auto draft.
Oh, challenge accepted. I will try to best that. Let's see here. Joya Smith wrote, "Is everyone subscribed to the YouTube channel? If not, pretty please do so. Even if you don't watch YouTube, you can make a free account and follow the channel for the boys. I'm working on a little something over here and need to beef up the YouTube numbers." What's she doing?
I honestly don't know. She told me she told me that she had made this post because somebody got shitty in the comments, and she was like, "This is a private group. Why are you here being negative in the comments of a private group about the water cooler?" And yeah, somebody was giving her the business. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's giving in our group? Our group has been tainted.
Yeah, click on the comments of that post. You'll see it under there somewhere. Somebody was
I
giving.
think you read far enough into the comments that the man has decided he's going to give it another shot. So maybe it's not all bad. You
Hey,
never
welcome back. Hope you like the mechanical
And
pencil
if the
talk,
fucking
sir.
Mechanical pencil talk didn't hook on, man. I don't know what.
Well, we just roped him right back in, I think.
Water cooler.
Wow, you guys are really presuming that he got past laying Crete, huh?
That's right.
Yeah. Bill Richardson writes, "We're fucking back, baby." So
Where do we go?
And he hasn't even heard the mechanical pencil talk yet.
Yeah.
I think that was because we didn't drop until Friday last week, but I'm just guessing.
it's okay. Yeah, people were wondering where our Friday episode was, or where our episode was.
We should say that we're going to be taping our movie club finally tomorrow. We're a little late on that as well.
Yes, please watch the spectacular movie, The Spectacular Now.
I gotta watch that tonight, dude. And
We all do, Dawson.
I overheard you guys.
I've really been putting it off.
Things about it. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this.
You are pro procrastinators, I must say.
Mm.
I watched it the next night. I couldn't wait.
Yeah, dude. I'm ready to go.
Matt, have you seen it before?
I had seen it before.
Oh, see? It seems
love
like
it.
something Matt has
That doesn't
watched.
bode well.
I thought I was like, Matt will know what this movie. Matt, I haven't even heard of it till I picked it, and my first thought was, Matt's gonna know what this is.
Big indie hit. I saw it in theaters.
Big indie hit. Matt saw it in theaters. You
saw
guys.
it in theaters, and it's a big indie hit.
Let's
would
save
rather.
this for the fucking.
I think I might be sick for movie club, guys.
I like this anticipation or this lack.
It is an A24 film, so it does have that going for it.
Yeah, and it's got Miles
redeemable
Teller
a little
and
bit.
whatever. I'm still gonna hate it.
Yeah, you're gonna love
Way
it.
to sell it to our fucking fans.
Amazing
How
cast.
about I watch Top Gun and talk about how Miles Teller's career has blossomed?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Can I do that too?
Yeah, let's do that, Kalen. We'll have
If you guys
I'm
do
just
that,
gonna
I'll be
tell you.
very upset.
Whatever the outcome of watching this movie is, I'm going to be salty during this at Chris for picking this
Right.
movie.
Let's see here. Let's do one more comment. Oh, look, Ryan Scripps. He was at the meetup, and he posted a picture of him in Golden, Colorado, saying, "Those of you on the meetup know I'm in Colorado. This apparently is where the West lives." Dawson, you've been at Golden, right?
I don't
Scripps-
count, dude.
Oh,
Was
I,
Scripps
Take
the
a
one
shower
who had
there?
his-
I've been to Aspen. I've been to Vail. I've been to the Denver airport.
Was Scripps the one who was at the Denver airport with his mute off, ordering drinks every 20 minutes?
that was him.
I think
Yes.
so. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, Matt, what was that question you asked?
I just wondered while he was in Golden if he took a shower.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
Too
I'll tell you when
easy.
you're older. I'll tell you when you're older.
You know what, Matt? You fulfilled
God,
your
I think-
quota and
yeah.
missed the marker. All right? So just-
I don't think
that's
I don't
enough.
think you're putting any effort
Wait
into
for
these. Matt.
Patreon. Your credits are going to reload.
Yeah, I heard Matt the first time, but I just wanted him to repeat it.
I heard him the first time, too.
And nobody addressed it. That upset me. All right. Well, anyway, those are comments. We got a lot more comments in the Patreon episode, so please subscribe and tune in there. We'd appreciate it. All right. Before we get out of here, why don't we go around the room? or the horn, get our plugs in and suggest some things we think people should check out. I'll start over there in Austin, TX, Mr. Golden.
Yes, first of all, please check out our Patreon, patreon.com/wall-mounted pencil sharpener. It's a new URL we're trying to get off the ground. It might not be active
yet because it probably takes a few business days to fully register.
Most definitely not active.
Give them the old one.
No, please check out our Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler. If you guys will indulge me, I do want to share with you guys the worst parts of my vacation. I feel like the real heads want to know when things got fucked up on my trip, because there were a couple parts that I got to tell you guys about.
I can't wait. That also actually makes me excited and happy. I don't know why.
Hopefully it's when you walked into the Salvador Dali museum and had his world.
I also just want to say...
Two of my appetizers came out at the same time.
The true crime television show that I have been working on all spring, all summer. The first of my 2 episodes airs this weekend. So it's on Oxygen. If you happen to have like a Hulu with live TV or something like that, you can record it. It's this Saturday at 8/7 Central. It's season 3, episode 4. It's called Body in the Bayou. And I worked extremely hard on it. It's supposedly going to be on Peacock the next day. Although I'll be honest, I was just looking and I didn't see any season 3 episodes up there just yet, but maybe my app needs to be updated. But again, the show is called Killer Relationship. Season 3, episode 4 airs this weekend. Thank you guys.
There was, when I played slow pitch softball, we had an umpire that would get really upset if a ball went past an outfielder and everyone just yelled Bayou, like Bayou, because the ball went by him or her. Uh-huh. And so where
it was the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, see, you get it. Yeah,
somebody got hit by an errant baseball.
So, so the ump stopped the game and told everybody, if I hear someone say that one more time, you're out. Your team is forfeited. And he was so mad. And then it happened again, and a guy on our team just started singing "Born on the Bayou." And, and he got so mad.
Chris, you and your friends are how old in this story?
It's a slow pitch softball. So we were, I don't know, 21, 22.
He's getting mad at adults over this?
Yeah. I don't know. These guys, sometimes they're a little too into it. And they just want to keep order. Anyway, Dawson, what do you suggest everybody check out?
Did this guy have disqualification powers over some of you?
You can stop. Yeah, I mean it's a casual slow pitch softball league. I mean,
I guess if the ump leaves, that does sort of end the game.
Yeah, or he would just stop the game, just award the other team the win, and then everyone's done.
I feel like someone else could probably just fill in on that.
Yeah, I feel like you can't. I feel like you can't do those things.
You can call a slow pitch softball strike.
I don't know. I don't know how deep the pool is for slow pitch softball umpires. For night games on Wednesdays, but he certainly had more power than we thought, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, my plug is for a John Fogerty song called "The Old Man Down the Road."
Oh,
great little intro. Check it out. "The Old Man Down the Road." John really Fogerty, and be good to each other. Yeah, you got to like that.
Yeah. The higher you play the bass really high.
Yeah. But that's a guitar lick.
Yeah. No, but I was just playing the bass along with the lick. You couldn't hear all of it. Really low notes.
All of it. I couldn't. I think it was muted.
Yeah.
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 It was great.
I had fret rap on it too, so just
loved it.
Yeah, real staccato. All right, Kalen, what about you?
Just Fooling About podcast. Had a really great guest on this week. It's out now. It's one of Quentin Tarantino's producers. She talked all about working with him on Hateful Eight, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Grindhouse. So it was really interesting stuff. Check that out.
Ooh, Fooling About.
Shannon McIntosh is her name.
All right. So everyone check out that episode and all the other ones too if you haven't heard them. It's a wonderful series. Gary, what about you?
Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler, and subscribe to Reasonable Doubt, youtube.com/Reasonable Doubt podcast.
Love it. And so you're still doing that?
Sure am.
Oh.
Yeah, you can come and say incendiary things about me in the comments. It's a lot of people's favorite pastimes.
Jeez.
But that's not the best way to get a hoodie.
You'd be surprised, Austin. There have been a few people who have dunked on me super hard that Mark thought was funny, and he's given them hoodies for it.
That sucks. Yeah, give that guy a hoodie. That's like, yeah.
Jeez.
Oh man, that's salt in the wound.
It's insult to injury because when he picks it, then I have to contact the people, get their shit, and then send them their gift. So it's like, oh, cool. So I'll work all the Sunday morning, and then I'll spend my Monday morning trying to send rewards to people who have shit on me publicly. Cool.
Oh, that's too much.
Oh man, that's fun. I'm sorry. And then as for me, my band is playing at Tantalum in Long Beach this Saturday and next. Come out. We're playing both nights. We have a little residency there, and it's a good time. We play a lot of hit songs and non-hit songs. Everything under the sun. You'll have a good time, I think. All right, that'll do it for Water Cooler. We'll be back for Patreon later this week. We love you. Goodbye.